So next one, same setup here. Take a look. We need to find what AB is. So notice because they gave us this 5 along the bottom side, I'm probably going to use the large triangle, ABC. And then the X is in the small triangle here on the left, ABD. Okay. So the similarity statement, so triangle ABC will be similar to, so again, they share A, so triangle A. B is the right angle in the big triangle, D is the right angle in the small triangle, D, and then the third vertex in the small triangle is B. So there's my correspondence. So where is X? So X is along AB. So AB, now that's in the big triangle, so AB. So the side that corresponds to AB in the small triangle is AD, AD. And that's going to equal, okay, so AB is in the big triangle, right? So what other side in the big triangle do I know? Well, I know AC. AC is 5. And what does AC correspond to? AC corresponds to AB. So there's my proportion. So I have ABX over AD, which is 1, equals AC, which is 5, over AB, which is also X. Okay, time to cross multiply here. X times X is X squared. 1 times 5 is 5. Take the square root, take the square root. Let me show you what the square root of 5 is. And we see that the square root of 5, it's below here. Believe me, I gotta write it in. So the square root of 5 is a decimal. And if you look at the directions here, it says simplest radical form, right? It doesn't want any decimals. So then we have to take 5 to the side. Does 5 break down? Well, 5 is actually prime. The only factors of 5 are 1 and 5. This doesn't help us. So X is simply the square root of 5. So if you look down here, there is that square root button. So click the square root and put the 5 in there. Okay. All right, last type coming. All right, last one here. So same kind of problem. All right. And again, I want to know what the length of BC is in simplest radical form. Okay, so I see that 10 is being used along that bottom hypotenuse of the big long triangle, the big large triangle. So we know we have to use that triangle. So triangle ABC will be the first triangle in my similarity statement. But then the medium triangle has to also be used. So BCD. Again, that's because X is over here and 6 is given to us. So again, A is not the overlapped angle, it is C. So C is going to be my last letter corresponding. B, which is the right angle in the big triangle, corresponds with D. So then the only letter left is B. So A in the big triangle must correspond to B in the, must correspond to A in the large triangle must correspond to B in the medium triangle. Yes. I get confused too. All right, so do your best. All right, so now I want to find X, which is BC. BC in the big triangle corresponds to DC in the medium triangle. And then if you look at the big triangle, what other side did they give you? They gave you AC, the big long hypotenuse. AC in the big triangle corresponds to BC in the medium triangle. Fill in what you know. BC is X, DC is 6, AC is 10, and BC is X. Okay, time to cross multiply. X times X is X squared. 6 times 10 is 60. Take the square root, again, a plus or minus, but we're going to throw out the minus sign. Here comes the square root of 60, square root of 60, and I get a decimal, 7.7. Not good enough. We need simplest radical form. So now it's time to break it down. So here's 60. So remember I talked about dividing it by the primes. 2, 3, 5, 7, right? So 2 goes into 60 because it ends in 0 30 times. 2 is prime. 2 goes into 30 because it ends in 0. 15, 2 is prime. 2 does not go into 5, but 15, but 3 does. 3 goes into 15 5 times, and 3 and 5 are both primes. So X is going to be the square root of 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. Remember, there is this imaginary 2 index there that we do not write down. The way you come out is by occurring twice. 2 occurs twice. So A2 will come out and they both go away. Remember, the penalty is you have to give one of them away. And then we just multiply 3 times 5 because they're single numbers left inside the radical, and that's 15. And there is your final answer, 2 square root of 15. 2 square root of 15. Oh, yeah. All right, so do your best on this mixture of problems. Best of luck.